Well, there you have it. Geez, oh Pete. Hi, it's Dave from BAM Guitars. Well, let's start off by saying sorry it took so long to get to this video. Whereas I've been building stuff my whole life, this YouTube thing is pretty new. So there were, let's just say, mistakes had been made. Sometimes I get excited and I want to build something and I move on and I don't put the camera on. A couple of times I thought the camera was on and it wasn't. And that was like one-off things, and once you start you can't stop, so we were done with that. I had 3 or 4 of my first corrupted files where I got back and downloaded them, and there was nothing I could do to get them to come off the card properly. Very exciting times. So yeah, so we're going to carry on with the video. We're going to wrap up the Coaches Cigar Lounge guitar build, and then we'll move on. Thank you for your patience. I really hope you enjoyed this video. It was good fun, and I hope that you enjoy it as well as I did making it. All right, let's get on with it. We put little spacers in here to try and keep the neck off of the edges of the box, the bottom and the top, as much as possible. That's all. The glue is now dry, so we'll get these, trim them down to size, and they'll be good to go, so we can drill our holes inside the box to mount this to the neck. All right, there we go. There it is. It's all done. All right, so now we're just going to do pilot holes from the inside out to where the mounting screws will go eventually. Alright, so here we are using the bandsaw just to begin to cut out the notch for the pickup that's going through the neck, which will be under the box. We'll take the rest of that out with saws and a wood chisel. And here we have some maple fret dots I cut out with a laser at the makerspace, and we're just gluing them in with wood glue. And once they're dry, we'll cut them off roughly with a saw and then sand them flush to the fretboard and be ready to start doing our frets. We glued in our wooden maple pegs that we're going to use for our fret dots, and now we're going to trim them off. Just roughly, I'm slightly angling the saw up, and I put tape down because we want to do most of it with sanding, which that one's already at, it seems. And we'll just do all of them like this, angling lightly up, nice and easy, and it'll get to this point, and then we'll sand it all flat, and then we'll do the frets. Alright, so here we are contouring the back of the neck where the headstock transitions into the rest of the neck. Got a simple sanding drum on my drill press, and I'm just going to do the bulk work there. Then we just sand it by hand, make sure it's all nice and smooth, and get ready for the next step, which is routering. Here we have a round over bit with a bearing on the homemade router table, and we're just going to take the edge off the neck all the way down to where it will meet the box. Go past the little shoulder there and then back up the other side, and that bit of it will be complete, then that'll all get done by hand, made nicely smooth, and we'll be on to the next step. We're just going to be putting in the little side markers for the fret dots. And the way I do it is I drill an 1/8 inch hole into the fretboard, then I have little pieces of 1/8 inch solid styrene, and I just dip a little piece in the glue, and I attempt to put it in the hole, and then I tap it in a bit, not quite all the way, and then I come back later and sand all those off. And I'll just do those all the way down, and then we'll move on to frets. But you can see there, just a little glue, tap them almost all the way in, we'll let them dry, and then we'll come back and sand it flush with the sides, and then we'll be ready to do frets. All right, so we're going to start with doing the fretting. I probably won't show you all of that, but it's, you know, once you see a couple, you're well on your way. It's all the same. And there's many videos on YouTube to describe to you how to install frets. I get all these frets that we're putting in right now are medium nickel silver from CB Giddy. And yeah, it's a great place to go and get your supplies. They kind of have us in mind. So we're going to start. All you do basically is get your frets, line them up in there. I give it a little push. I take a block of wood, lay it on there, give it a tap, and it's in. I'm going to go back over that later. Then I take some clippers, rough cut them off on the ends. They don't have to be perfect by any means. Those are my old clippers. And then, yeah, we'll do that all the way down the line. And once we have these installed all the way down, then we'll dress the ends and file them so they're nice and smooth, and that part will be done. All right. All right, so now we're back. We got these all filed off, and now we're doing the frets. This is a fretting file. It's curved on the inside, which is what you're trying to do on the ends of the frets. But I've done many a fretboard without one of these. You know, you just take your time, go over the top, each corner, get it nice and rounded off. Then you go a few times to the left, a few times to the right, back over. It's nice and smooth. Later I'll take some emery paper, sandpaper, and go over this. And you just take your time, do them one at a time. And something I wanted to touch on here is that, you know, we're making these, and I get it, everybody has their different level of what they're going for quality-wise or whatever, and that will come with practice. But I would also like to point out that some of the, in my opinion, some of the coolest stuff about the cigar box guitar community and the home-built instrument community is that they are what they are. You know, you can make them out of whatever. So yeah, I put these frets in. Down on the neck here, there might be a couple of dings or scratches or whatever. We'll just go over all that again. You know, we'll just, you do the best you can going along, but you know what? I mean, again, it's my aesthetic, so I kind of like the ones that look like they've been around for, you know, 10 years and traveled the world and got a little dinged up and banged up and whatever. They still got to play, and they do. But I guess my point in all that is, too, that, you know, I just don't want it to turn you off to the fact that you're new and maybe, you know, you're nervous Yeah, the first time you do frets on a guitar, yeah, it's nerve-wracking. But I'm here to tell you, having done some, that it doesn't need to be. Get out of it what you want to get out of it. You could literally put these on here and sand them some other way, or just barely sand them or whatever, and I guarantee you sound will still come out of your guitar. Alright, so real quick, we're just going to throw a little bit of oil on here, just a little bit, from CB Giddy, just to hydrate this wood a little bit. This won't be, we're going to do this again. This wood is dry. We've been working it. I want it to not be dry so it can help seat some of these frets. Alright, so here we see the main components, the front, the back, and the neck with the thing for the pickup. I put a small spring in there for reverb, another one on the neck, and you can see the tone, volume, and input jack. There's the inside, all from CB Giddy, came as a kit with the pickup. There's the front again on the bench, and the back artwork while it was on the bench, and the box put together with some of the cigar bands. It's the headstock finished, and there it is on the completed guitar. There it is all together, volume and tone. There's the pickup, again, came all as a kit. Back artwork in place, and the complete guitar from the back. Well, there you have it, the Coaches Cigar Lounge Guitar build. I'm very happy with how it turned out. I hope you think it's cool. I hope you think that I hope it makes you want to continue with anything that you're trying to do. Anything, any guitar build, any other instrument build, anything. It was challenging for some things, it's always try to marry certain ideas together, and certainly challenging in the production end this time, but like I said, that will get better. So yeah, please, we would really like, subscribe if you haven't. We're gonna get more on a regular schedule now, and hope to be even more helpful and encouraging to you in the future. So please, keep doing what you're doing. Keep trying. You can do it. I know you can do it. I know you can. So please check back, and we'll see you soon. Thanks a lot.